My connection was bad. My connection was real bad. Hold on. Ooh, I'm hot. I think I'm hot every week. I'm I hope it's working. Like, it's not really working right. I don't know what happened. Thank you, Carrie. I went in. We'll talk about that later when I get offline. When I get offline, we'll talk about this. You have to join with the other page, Carly. No, go through your other page. You're on the wrong page. Go through your other one. I'm not gonna open a request with this one because you're on the wrong one. The wrong one. So go through the other one. Hey y'all, it's hot. I've been running around today. I got you. Come on in. Come on in. Where are you?
Yo,
Come in here before we even get started. Come in here and act like you got some sense. Just come in here and act like you got some sense. Please don't come
yo,
in here. Can you hear me?
yeah. Hey,
Don't
J
come in
girl.
here acting crazy. Don't come in here acting crazy. Just come in here being cool, okay? Don't act crazy. We went over this already.
Yeah.
So tonight we have Carly, who is also, would you consider yourself a curator of Outpast Curfew? What
Yeah.
exactly?
I designed it, but I curate it too. So I mean, it just depends on the mood I'm in and what needs to be done. I take care of it. So
And this is one of his shirts too that I have on. I have one of his shirts on right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the website in my story so everybody can kind of like go to your page and support you and buy something from you.
yeah,
So where are you originally from?
I'm from Canarsie. I'm from Brooklyn, Canarsie, Brooklyn. Like I'm like a pure Canarsie baby. Like I grew up from 96th Street. I was there till I was like 9, and then I moved to 104th. And like that's my whole aunties, uncles, everybody is in Canarsie.
If anybody is from Brooklyn in here, they exactly know what he means because I've only been to Canarsie like maybe like one time. And
Word, I'm
so
from the hood. I'm from Seaview. You know what I mean? If they know where I'm from. You know what I mean? That's my block.
so me and Carly went to Morgan State together. This is where we originally know each other from. We spent a long time out there together, but we didn't always start off as friends. We didn't, did we?
I mean, nobody starts off as friends though, right?
Now we started off all wrong. I was introduced to you all wrong, like dead wrong. I think that's the worst way to ever meet somebody and then try to be cool with them after that.
Yeah. I mean, it was a weird. It wasn't even an introduction for real, but you know what I mean, I'm a different type of person, so I ain't holding nothing against you.
You don't have anything against me. I don't even know how you even got into my situation. You know what? You want to start the story, or you want me to start the story?
Miss Simone. Oh man. The funny thing is, before I even tell this story,
Because I always want to know how you got involved. I don't know. I just know you were there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the story is funny because your side of the story is not going to be like my side of the story at all. Cause
That's why I want to know what happened. What happened on you? I got to put my cards down because I always wanted to know. Like, years have gone by, and I'm like, yo, I don't know how this happened, but I just know Carly was there. Carly
yeah,
was there.
I met my niggas, you know what I mean, Key and Dan. Rest in peace, my
Rest
niggas
in
Dan.
peace to Danny.
I met my niggas the day before I met you. Like, the day before. Like, it was like my birthday or some shit. These niggas, long story short, wound up getting me in a party or whatever. And then I just kind of clung with niggas. You know what I mean? It was from New York. And I mean, it was on the same type of timing. And then, right? So this is like a 24-hour stretch. I'm in the crib with Dan. And Dan is like, no, matter of fact, the funny thing is, I seen you way before the incident even occurred. I seen the incident go down. I'm in Morgan View. They had like pool room or whatever.
Right.
And Danny parks his car right in front of the pool room or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that niggas could look out for it or whatever.
Okay.
And I seen you and like 2 or 3 other females. I can't be specific on which females was there. I know they was from New York because of the way they was yelling, right? And I'm looking through the window, and y'all are standing directly behind this nigga's car, screaming on the phone at whoever y'all screaming at. So I just met this nigga. So I'm like, damn, that's my nigga I just met. He got girls screaming outside his car, whatever. So I calls niggas. I'm like, yo, I don't know what y'all niggas is into, but there's some girls out here and they really upset.
Oh, so you made the drop.
Yeah,
you was a part of the drop.
Right. So I'm like, yo, I'm looking y'all dead in y'all face, and y'all just carrying on, and I'm like, yo, nah, yo, y'all need to come deal with this because this is looking real bad in Morgan View parking lot right now. So they fucking did whatever they had to do. They got out of that jam, and fucking later on that night, I'm at the crib with Danny. Finally meet up with him from that incident that happened earlier that day. I'm telling him, yeah, I seen these 3 girls. And fucking, yeah, I mean, they was yelling. I don't know what they was talking about. But he was like, yo, Danny looks at me. Danny looks at me and says, yo, we about to go get her nigga. I just met these niggas 24 hours now, right? But I'm on that time, and like I had not yet met no niggas in college that was on that same like type of treachery coming from, you know what I mean? Like everybody in college trying to be something they not.
Right.
Like them niggas, that nigga was dead ass serious about it, and I seen it in his face. I was like, let's do it. So then we fucking get up, get in Danny's car. Danny had a fucking old ass Cadillac.
Was it Impala?
White.
It was a white Impala. He had the white Impala.
It was the Cadillac, I think.
No, I feel like he had the white. It was a white car, wasn't it white?
Yeah, a white Cadillac.
That wasn't Impala?
A humongous Cadillac, a 2-door white Eldorado fucking Cadillac. Yes, it was white though. You right. The nigga had that car. We gets in the car. I don't want to say the nigga name, but is the nigga, right?
We gonna call him Arkansas because that's where he was from.
Alright, we can call him the coolest nigga. We're gonna call him the coolest nigga out of Arkansas, right?
Yeah, he was from Arkansas.
So my son, we don't know where this nigga live at. We don't know nothing. We on New York time, so we just going there like it's the projects, and we knocking on every door in the dorm room. We go into every floor. We go to the first floor, knock on every door, second, third. We go all the way to the 4th. Like, so the nigga wound up being in like a far door, like
he was at the end of the hallway.
At the end of the hallway, right?
Right, he was at the end of the hallway.
So then I'm like, yo, so we knock on the door at first, the same door, and boy was like, a New York nigga answered the door. Mind you, this is my first time seeing all these people. I don't know nobody, so to me, I'm just gonna hit whoever. Like that's all my idea, right? So the nigga come to the door, nigga like, who y'all looking for? So we like, yo, we looking for the coolest nigga in Arkansas. The nigga's like, yo, he not here. So I'm looking over his shoulder. I see niggas moving around, but I don't know who the nigga really is to say. So I don't even
Right.
right. So I walk away. I'm like, dang, he not there. So he was like, all right. So we get towards like the middle of the hallway almost, and then the door opened back up, and we see a nigga standing there, and then Danny looks at me like he started nodding, like so we start rushing back to the door, right? So before we
Oh
run
my
back,
God, I can't even imagine the panic that he
yo,
probably had. The
he stepped,
panic. Oh God.
boy step back, right? Boy step back to my hands. I never seen no shit like this in my life. Boy stepped back, right, and was like, yo, what's up? So he was like, yo. Danny was like, yo, you're shorty. She talking too much. She running her mouth. You need to control, do whatever. Like, you know what I mean? You need to say
Right.
something. You know what I mean? So he was like, word, let's go get her. I'm with you. I need to say something to her, right? I swear to God. That's why I'm
what he
telling you
said?
the story. That's
That's
why
what
I'm
he
telling you
said?
the story is different.
That's what he told y'all? Oh, I'm gonna get her?
Yo, my man was like, let's go get her together. So it was all three of us in the car, Simone, ready to come get you, boy.
Y'all was coming to get me. Y'all was coming to get me.
So it's me, Dan, and the nigga, the coolest nigga from Arkansas. I thought he was your nigga. I thought we was there to beat this nigga up. This
And
nigga's in
he
the
jumped in
car
the
with
car
us
with y'all?
talking about let's go get Simone. So I'm like, oh
Oh
shit,
my
this is the
God.
craziest drama I've ever seen. So we driving back to Kensington Gates now. So me and Danny is balling, laughing, like we don't know what's about to happen, but boy is with us, and we about to go see you. I had never met you before neither now. So now I pull up to the fucking spot. All I see is Ebbing start sweating, boy. But I look in the back seat because we got a coupe. So homeboy in the
Right.
back. So I'm looking in the back. He's sweating like, yo, y'all ready? I'm like, y'all ready? Y'all ready? You about
Yo,
to
I
go
never
with your
heard this
shorty?
part of
Like,
the
what you talking
story.
about?
I
Y'all
never
ready?
heard this part of the story in my entire life.
Exactly, son. He like, y'all ready? I'm like, y'all ready? Like, yo, this is your girl. Like, what are you talking about? So we get out the car. A girl was there for Danny to deal whatever what Danny was dealing with.
Right.
You come running down the steps outside and walk up to Eben and say, Eben, get the fuck in the house. And Eben walked into the house and we never seen him again. And me and Danny looked at each other like,
You know what? That was y'all
yo,
last time seeing him, period, because he never came back to the school either.
yo, he embarrassed his whole self. I never seen that.
Oh
Like,
God.
yo, you talk to him like you was his mother, bro. Like, boy walked in the house, didn't even look back at us. After telling us all these plans he had for you in the car, boy saved his life. Boy saved his life. He did not want to get that ass whooping. Boy said he was going to get you. He was like, all right, bet. We about to take you to her then. You about to
Oh
get her
God.
back. That nigga walked up to the door. You came storming out the door. Boom. You looked him in the face and said, get the fuck in the house. That nigga walked in the house, and then you stood outside and continued to argue like the nigga never even showed up. And we was like,
I have to
wait.
say, man, what did you want me to do? What did you want me to do? Carly, what was I supposed to do?
Yo, I don't know. Become regulate.
Yo, that beef had started at like maybe 4. We had broke day. That's how bad that was. We was breaking day from the night before. That situation was brewing. I don't care what nobody say. Me being the friend that I am, I decided to defend my homegirl that's still talking to Danny. So I decided to be, I know she not gonna say nothing. We hear something crazy going around me. I think about everything as a whole. I'm like, if that's going over there, then that's gonna get all the way to everybody else. Let me go ahead and see what's going on. We go to the girl, we go upstairs, everything is calm. But I know I'm foul. And I know that I wasn't doing right by my boyfriend at the time. So I was like, I know you my friend. I know we got close. But at some point, he's gonna tell him what I did. And I'm gonna be in trouble. So I need all of y'all to say that I wasn't there that time. So ride with me. By the time we got to Kingsgate, because Danny was calling my phone the entire night. And I kept seeing my phone go off. I was like, fuck it. It's gonna have to do what it's gonna have to do. So when I got out the car and I saw Evan there, I didn't expect to see him. So my natural reaction was to tell him to get in the house because I'm like, why are you here? How did you get here? How did you get? You know, I never remembered how he got there. And the fact that you just told me that he got in the car with y'all could have left and threw him in a river for all he knew. Why did he get in that car?
That nigga was very convincing. He was very convincing.
Why did he get in the car?
Nah, we thought it was gonna be a domestic. We thought he was gonna do some domestic shit.
Y'all thought he was gonna beat me up.
Yes.
Y'all thought all three of y'all sat in the car and said, "Oh, he's gonna beat her up."
Yes. And then after I see you do that, I was like, nah, that's the most gangsterest girl I know. I gotta know her.
Yo, that's hilarious. Even after everything was said, you know what the crazy part is? Nobody saw the part where me and Daddy apologized to each other.
Nah, but we knew y'all made up though.
We did make up, but nobody saw that part where we like apologized to, like he had saw me in Morgan View and rolled up on me, and I was like, he was like, get in the car. I was like, nigga, I'm not getting in none of your goddamn car. If you want me to get in the car, you better leave the door open and we can have whatever conversation. You know what? That was my boyfriend at the time, but he was not prepared for whatever was coming from messing around with me. And I was just being a whole lot of mess, trying to be a friend, trying to do whatever I was doing. And I was getting myself in a lot of fucking trouble. Like, honest to God, that is so funny. I panicked. What was I supposed to do? Let him stand outside with us while Danny go ahead and tell my business to Kensington Gate?
Nah, it's just funny what that man did to save his tail. That man said...
Well, listen, he wasn't no dummy. He got in the car and y'all like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and check her. Mind you, he was with us the whole time. We was brewing up all of this stuff. He was there with us going back and forth. He saw me go to the girl house. He was there the entire time. He was a part of the plan. So for him to tell y'all he was going to do something to me is hilarious. And that's one of many few classic stories from Morgan State. Like there's so many more worse off stories.
That was a life story. That was an introduction.
Nobody died. Nobody got hurt.
That was an introductory story. That was like, hey, welcome to the party. Like, I mean,
you definitely got initiated because I was like, yo, who is this dude? And he kept saying, yeah, they had that little dude from Brooklyn banging on my door. I'm like, banging on your door? Who was banging on your door?
I came looking for him.
Why would you even open the door? Why would you open the door for them? Like, why, you don't like. What? I'm like, yo, I remember saying, like, what the hell was he supposed to do? Who is this Carly dude? What is he supposed to do?
Yo,
I'm like, he had for your size. Yeah, man, I was through with you. I didn't even know. I was like, nah, I ain't messing around with this.
Nah, boy, I was definitely a freshman. I was definitely 18 years old, reckless.
Straight out of Brooklyn, coming to turn up.
Like, I was treating it like it was straight Broadway Junction. I was ready.
Lord have mercy. Y'all was about to do him, and he was like, no, I'm with y'all.
Yeah, boy said, yo, let's go get him.
That is going to be on my mind. When I go to bed tonight, I'm like this. He really said that? He's going to come and get me. He didn't do anything. He went right in the house. It was the safest place.
Like you talked to him like he was a dog.
What was he supposed to do? He could not defend me.
I thought he was going to be like, yo, Simone, get your shit together.
He was with me when it all went down. That's the funny part. So he wasn't going to say absolutely nothing. But listen, I'm happy all of that happened because at least I know that you ride for whoever you was with at the time. Like whoever your friends were, you already showed you barely knew anybody there at that school. And you was like, they cool, I'm cool with you. Oh, this is what we doing, this is what we doing. And I never really seen you fold anytime. I ain't never heard no crazy stories about you or nothing. You always been solid, like 10 toes down, like swear to God. That is so funny to me. I didn't even know you just met them. I didn't even know where you came from.
Yeah, you just showed like 24 up, hours. 24 hours. They had, yo, on some real nigga shit. They did some real nigga shit. Like, they did some real nigga shit. It was my birthday, and I was like stuck in the line at a go-go. I never had been to a go-go before. I didn't like. It was the only thing jumping that night. And them niggas out. And the security guard at the door was the dorm head. The nigga,
Dave, not Dave.
From OC, the old nigga. That nigga was the security guard head, and he was the head of my dorm. So I wasn't getting in the building, bro. Like, it was 21 and over. I was trying to get in. I'm like, yo, it's my birthday. They was like, we're not trying to hear that. So I had just turned 19. I bet. So I just turned 19 or whatever, right? And I'm trying to get in. They not trying to hit it. It's 18 for girls, but 21 for niggas. So all the girls is in line. I'm like, damn. So I'm like, fuck. I'm talking to girls in line. Like, yeah, I'm like, yo, I'm not going in. Them niggas walked up to me on some shit like, yo, like, you can't get in? And I was like, nah, them niggas let me in, bro. Just me. Like, just me. Like, everybody else, he walked up to the dorm nigga who knew. Yo, my mom's is wild. She keep calling me. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah,
all right.
I can hear you.
He knew I was a freshman. He knew I was a freshman, and Danny and Key's word got me in the fucking party. They was like, yo, he with us. And that nigga let me in, and ever since then I was on. Like,
you was the adopted bad baby kid, yo. You just showed up and never left. And got adopted into everybody's family and house. And just Carly was coming. Carly was coming. Who that?
I was
Carly?
sleeping on couches. But that's really like where my whole shit come from. Like, it was really my lifestyle, like, already. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Before I got to Morgan, like, I don't want to say growing up, right? And there's people be trying to tell me, like, I was not a neglected kid.
Right.
I was unsupervised. You get what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
like, I got everything I needed. I had everything I wanted. I had, like, an aunt that lived across the street, next door, an uncle that lived across the street. So, my mom just worked all the time. Like, my mom's worked 7 to 7 shifts. So, she was a correctional officer. So, at Rikers Island. So, it took her an hour and a half to get home. She worked 7 to 7. So, I never really seen her like that. Maybe, like, once a week or some shit to kind of break down all the bad shit I did all week. But, I was outside. I ain't have no, like, past curfew as a line. I was outside. So, I was the last kid outside when everybody parents would be like, yo, come in for dinner and all of that shit. Like, I would be at somebody else's crib eating dinner. I would sleep on other people's couch. Not because I had to. It was because there was nobody inside my crib. Like, but then there was a certain point where my mom had my sister and I had a nanny at my crib. Like, I was spoiled. Like, I had a nanny who washed and cleaned my crib and all of that, but she didn't have no control over what I did. She didn't even speak English. She only spoke Spanish. So I would come and go, you know what I mean? And I just had to be at school. Like, that was my only thing for my mom's. Was like, she could prove I was fucking up by school. So I always did good in school, even though I would be in the street fucking up all night. Like, I would be not come home. I would be on the bus from Bushwick, some sides, and just go to school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would not even come home to check in or nothing. And she wouldn't know. But my grades was good. So, you know what I mean? I kind of balanced things like that. But yeah, man, coming up out. So to say leading into Kieran and Danny's situation, they was always in places just, I mean, and just stay there. They would just sleep places. And I was used to that lifestyle. Like, I was like, yo, pass me a pillow. We here. You feel what I'm saying? And let's get on the road and drive to fucking DC. We don't got no hotels. We don't got shit. But we going. You feel what I'm saying? And I was used to doing shit like that. So, like, we kind of, I mean, that link was pretty cool. And then, I mean, niggas was throwing the parties and shit. I had not even been to a party up until that year. Like, going to parties in Brooklyn was very dangerous. Like, we wasn't going to parties like that. That type of lifestyle was something that I had reached when I got to college. Before that, it was a shootout online before you got inside the party. I never really seen the inside. Like, I seen basement parties and shit, but like the inside of a club I had never seen until I got to Morgan.
And so, like, right now, like present day, so with Outpast Curfew, where did that come from? Like, I know the inspiration was just your own lifestyle, but like, is it like a lifestyle brand, or like, do you consider yourself a designer? Is it more artistic? Is it more so self-expression?
I think it's more so contemporary. Like, it's self-expression, but it's contemporary in the sense that it's a timepiece. You know what I'm saying? Each piece is a timepiece that, whether it be from my memory or my child experience or what's happening today, like the shirt you got on, that's from my childhood.
Right.
Like, I love fucking Sesame Street. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
me
you know
too.
what I mean? But And to know that I grew up on Sesame Street and I like the same things negative as I did positive. I liked gun shows and, you know, I wanted to see Ernie fucking pull a weapon out instead of solving issues the right way. Like, I always look at things the way they are and the way I would like them to be. And that has a lot to do with Outpast Curfew. It's like graffiti influenced. And I always say that graffiti itself is just the people of a neighborhood trying to change the environment, regardless of how ugly you may take it or whatever it is. I see this building every day and I want to be the judge of how it looks, or, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So I know you're going to wear a shirt or there's shirts that's going to be made every day. I want my input on how they look. So that was kind of like why I went ahead and did that. Because I'm the type of person, like, I'm mad finicky. Like, anybody who shop with me or anything like that, like, anybody I've dated and went shopping with, they hate me. Like, I will walk through the whole mall and buy one thing, go back to the store that I found some shit at and buy that one thing that's not even probably my size because I know I can't find it nowhere else. I'm that type of shopper, you feel me? So I had missing to products and things that I would buy. And that kind of led me to just designing it myself. Like, you know, like turning stuff from bleaching shirts to old rock shirts. And I remember back at Morgan, I think that night I had on camouflage cargos, right? And this is back when camouflage cargos was not the shit. Like, niggas wasn't wearing camouflage cargos and all that shit like that. I had got this style from hanging out with white boys from the high school I had graduated from, which was Kingsborough. So I was wearing them because it was mad comfortable, and people thought I was a cute. Like, people was like, yo, why you got on fucking camouflage? I didn't even know what frats was before I got to Morgan either. When I see when I see my first Kappa, I thought he was a blood, and that's what to me. Like,
Joey, shut up, yo. Not a blood.
I swear he was a blood. Like, I thought he was a blood doing some funny dance. The nigga had a red cane and all them, you know what I'm saying? The niggas throwing up the beads and all of that. Like, you couldn't tell me he wasn't a blood. Nigga had beads and everything. So it took me.
When you say it like that, it makes sense.
Yo, I thought he was a blood, yo. He was by himself and everything, walking, throwing up the beads, had beads around his neck. That's where I'm from. I had no idea what frats was. I didn't know none of that. So fucking, I was just doing, being myself. And I never had nobody to tell me what to do. You know what I mean? My mother told me good, bad, wrong. I did wrong. I can't still treat others. But nobody was like, yo, do this today or do that today. I had the freedom to really get up and go do, you know what I mean, what I wanted to do.
What's your favorite piece that you've created so far, though? Because you had like a lot of your first stuff that came out was really, really.
I got the box when I first came out.
So what was your favorite piece?
But I realized, like, right now, my favorite piece is still gonna be the Ziploc bag slaves. Where I got the freed slaves, but they in the Ziploc bags to show the fact that, you know, they still being sold even though they was free. That one is kind of like my favorite shirt because I make my shirts because of the type of person I am. I'm cool with everybody. I have personal relationships with everybody, right? So I got I may have a personal relationship with your best friend. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and me and y'all may never been in the same room together. You feel what I'm saying? So I like to create pieces that make people walk up to you and talk to you. Like, you know what I mean? You see this shirt right here and you see the angels with the guns on it and you were like why? Or, you know what I mean? Or it might cause a conversation.
Because a conversation starter.
When I walk into a room, I'm not going to talk to you. I would rather something I have on connect us. Turn you on or turn you off based on what a person is wearing. You know what I'm saying?
So what was the official launch date of Outpast Curfew? Like, when did you originally launch Outpast Curfew?
that was like 2019. That was like 2019, but it wasn't like no official anything. Like I went to like a class that showed us how to make shirts and shit. And then I had made my first shirt. And after I made that shirt, I just kept making shirts. So it wasn't really like an official launch. What I was doing was I was getting blanks and shit from like Ross or Burlington or wherever, and I was pushing my clothing line on it. Like a launch. I had a website launch,
Okay.
like that, but like out for a long time, I wouldn't wear my own clothes. Like I wouldn't wear it because I didn't want people to think that you were supposed to wear it a certain way. So I wouldn't wear it. It's not until recently that I just started wearing. Like if I got some new drop, I'm not taking pictures of myself in it. I'm not gonna because I want the freedom of people. Because when I make it, I'd be surprised how people put it together, and I'd be like, I never would have thought of that. You know what I'm saying? And the way that I'd be like, wow, I never would have thought of that. So I kind of want to leave the freedom of putting it together to the buyer. So yeah, I ain't never really have a launch or you know what I mean. I'd be scared that because I'm so anti of a shirt company like or a clothing company, people don't be wanting to stick themselves. They like one thing. Like everybody likes one thing. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody likes that one shirt. Nobody want to tie themselves to the shirt with the woman with the 3 titties. You feel what I'm saying? Like, like that particular shirt, they don't want to say, "Oh, that's my man." Shit. You feel what I mean? But some people like it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, some people got it on. So I make it for everybody. I mean, it's just rare. That rare part of you that want that shirt that nobody got. It's just, I mean, what type of person you are.
So where
You
you
take
see
your pick.
yourself
You
10
like the
years
shirt
from
that you
now,
got on.
though? Where do you see yourself 10 years from
I
now with
want to do
Outpast
this.
Curfew?
I want to do this for other because a lot of people they come to me and they try to critique my shit, which is stupid to me. I don't understand that shit. I don't never
Like, in
critique
what
nobody
way?
else shit. Like if you making your own shit, like oh for instance,
Black?
I think it was appropriate to put little. I didn't think it was the angels on here are Caucasian, right?
Right.
I didn't think it was appropriate to put African American babies flying with guns. I didn't think it was appropriate to do that. But certain people want to say, yo, I don't want to wear no shirt with no white babies on it, blah, blah, blah. So for those type of people, you know what I'm saying, I want to give them the opportunity to make your own shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you don't agree with nothing that's going on,
Right.
make your own shit. Like that's what I did. Like I didn't agree with none of this shit. You gotta make your own shit. Or you know what I mean? And that's it. Like so I'm looking into like in March. And I
Mm-hmm.
want to be able to see creatively, like I want to be able to know how far we can go. Like I
Right.
know that the people who create the rules, they know how far we can go. They can tell you whether or not the shirt that you got on is copyrighted or not. Like I
Mm-hmm.
want to explore those realms so that I can teach other people. Like yo, they steal from us every day. Our
Right.
culture is being stolen from us every day, and I want to teach people how to protect it. You know what I'm saying? Protect your shit, the shit that you create, and you know what we can steal back or what we can appropriate or whatever they consider it doing. You know what I mean? Because I do a lot of appropriation because what I see, I don't like it. I want it to change, and this is my vision of it, aka Outpast. My law, my all my stuff lined up so that I could practice that, and I want to expose to people that you know you can make exactly what they make. You know how rap chips came out.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Rap snacks. That's a perfect
Yeah.
example of what I want to do for people for almost every industry. You feel what I'm saying? I want us to have our own everything. I mean, we can have our own. We got you know what I mean, our own computer stack, culture, make it for ourselves. instead of waiting. So that's how I feel.
And where you reside right now? Where you at now?
I'm actually moving. So
Again?
the apartment that I'm. Yeah,
Give me one
I'm moving
second.
to Atlanta.
Here we go. I'm
You
Can you
think
hear
it's
me?
mine?
Nah, I did my Wi-Fi already. I had to make sure my Wi-Fi was
Yeah,
on
I
because
can
I
hear you
think
now.
my signal was weak. I said, why Atlanta of all places?
Huh?
Here, hang up and
Atlanta?
come back. Hang up and yeah. Oh, I was gonna click you off and have you come right back.
Hold
Click
on.
off. I'm gonna click off and come right back.
Uh,
Give him a second. We having like technical issues. You know how I feel about the technical issues because we can't even get anybody to come in like that. This thing has been jumping like this the whole time. Let's see if he come back.
yeah,
That should be better. I'm
manufacturers. They got stuff. Besides New York, Atlanta is the next hub space when it comes to that type of stuff. So, like, I could get up in the morning.
oh, so it's more of a
Yeah, I could get up in the morning. I could go to the. I could pick up stuff and get it made by the end of the day instead of having everything shipped to Virginia, trying to fight people from stealing my packages. There's a lot going on. But yeah, that's why I'm down there. Plus, I got a lot of family down there. I mean, so it's a good look.
So are you gonna open up any stores, do any art exhibits? Like what other
I'm not really into like retail stores, only because it changes your work ethic into into something else. Like once you get that rent, that um, it kind of change your work ethics away from your brand to that dollar. So I'll be more so looking to music labs or whatever other service I could bring to the table rather than just have, four walls built to take your money.
right? So where can we find you at?
Um, Online? Oh, all right.
Online.
Jetlag Lido. That's my moniker for a long time. Jetlag Lido. On almost everything. JETLAGLITO. And Outpast Curfew is the Instagram I'm from right now, on right now. That's for all my clothes and any type of design ideas, anything. I make personal designs for people and stuff like that. I got my media management masters, right? So,
Oh, go ahead, brag. Go
n-
ahead, brag a little
nah,
bit.
but
Go
that's
ahead,
where
brag.
I get, the ability to kind of maneuver on the internet the way I do with,
Mhm.
once they see I can do it for myself, because, you know, that's the way life works. So, yeah, anything you see I'm doing for myself, I'm going to do it for you. And, yeah, I'll be in Atlanta for the next year and some change, shaking things up.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming. I know I'll be taking people out their comfort zone with the live thing, like having people like this stare directly at you, but I definitely appreciate it. You know, I do see out here. I see all the great things that you're doing. You know what I mean? I know you came a long way from Canarsie, and you know it's only up from here. So I just want to let you know that I definitely appreciate you for coming on, and you know I definitely will continue to support you. You know, so thank you for coming on, though.
Well, thank you. I already know beat up, or I want to put some niggas in check. I'm hitting your line first, all right?
Yo, shut up, yo. Good night. Thank you for coming. Good night.